At 23 years old, Tunde had what many only dreamed of: a clean, modest apartment,
A reliable car, and a steady income that kept life comfortable, not extravagant, but dignified. But what made Tun different wasn't what he owned. It was how he lived. Every morning before the city woke, before the honking Danfoss filled the air, Tun would kneel beside his bed, eyes closed, voice low. God, thank you for today. Guide me, because Tun never forgot where he came from.
Life hadn't always been this way. Years ago, his parents had made a painful decision to leave Nigeria in search of a better life abroad.
They left Tunde and his little brother, Simi, in the care of their uncle.
He treated the boys with fairness, discipline, and love, not the kind that spoiled, but the kind that built. He made sure they went to school. He corrected them when they were wrong. He fed them before feeding himself, and when nights were hard, and the younger one cried for their mother, Uncle Kunal would sit quietly beside them and say, "Your parents didn't abandon you. They're fighting for you." Tund never forgot those words. By 25, Tund had grown into something rare, not just successful but grounded. He had built his own small business from scratch, saved wisely, invested carefully. His car was newer now, his apartment bigger, but his heart still the same. He still greeted security guards with respect, still helped neighbors without cameras or praise, still prayed like the boy who once had nothing. And most importantly, he kept his promise. Simi, now 10 years old, lived with him. Every morning, Tund would wake him up gently. Simi would groan, pulling the blanket over his head. But minutes later, they'd both be laughing in the kitchen, breakfast together, quick prayers before leaving the house, school drop-offs in Tund's car. To Simi, Tund wasn't just a brother. He was a father, a protector, a role model. At night, after homework, Simi would sometimes ask, "Big bro, are we rich?" Tund would smile, "No, we're blessed."
One evening, after a long day, Tunde drove back to their old neighborhood.
The streets hadn't changed much. Same dusty roads, same flickering streetlights. He parked the car and stepped out slowly. Memories rushed in. Hunger, hope, prayer. Then he walked to a small house, knocked. The door opened. Uncle Kunal, older now, slower. But his eyes still kind. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Tund bent slightly, in respect. "Thank you for everything." Uncle Kunal smiled. "You became the man I prayed you would be." Final scene, the weight of blessings. That night back home, Tund stood by the window. The city lights stretched endlessly before him. Simi was asleep on the couch, books scattered around. Tund looked at him, then up at the sky, and whispered, "God, everything I have, help me never lose my heart." Because he knew something many people didn't. Success wasn't in the car, or the money, or the house.